The recent controversy surrounding Walmart's 2025 promotional Thanksgiving dinner bundle serves as a sharp illustration of selective price reporting, where a headline price reduction masks underlying changes in product quantity and quality. The issue centers on the retailer announcing a meal package priced under $40, which was immediately seized upon by the current administration to support a political narrative of economic prosperity and affordability being a stronghold. Comparative analysis of the 2025 bundle versus its 2024 equivalent reveals a reduction in items, down from 29 items in some prior reports to approximately 23, and as low as 15 in other reports, and substitutions of specific ingredients. For instance, several items considered staple side dish components, such as sweet potatoes, onions, celery, pecan pie, chicken broth, and whipped topping, were omitted entirely from the 2025 package. While the 2025 kit introduced items like mac and cheese and fresh cranberries, the key to the lower price was reducing the overall scope and variety of the offering. Crucially, the cost per pound of the featured turkey, a major component, actually increased year over year from 0.888 pounds to 0.97 pounds. This dynamic is a classic example of value engineering in retail, where companies maintain an attractive price point by reducing the value delivered to the consumer, a practice closely related to shrinkflation in its impact. When amplified through political messaging, this selective reporting becomes a powerful, yet misleading tool. The political analysis frames the nominal price drop as proof of successful anti-inflationary policies, effectively bypassing the complex reality of overall food-at-home inflation, which is predicted to rise 2.4 to 3.0% for the year. This strategy leverages the consumer's cognitive focus on the primary anchor price, overlooking the less apparent details of ingredient changes. Reasons and consequences. The prevalence of selective price reporting stems from dual motivations: political necessity and corporate strategy. Reasons. 1. Political narrative control. In periods of economic uncertainty, affordability becomes a central political battleground. By aligning with a major retailer's promotional claims, political figures can instantly claim a victory over high prices, using a simple, tangible metric, the cost of Thanksgiving dinner, to counter broader, complex economic anxieties. This creates a powerful, easily digestible public relations victory that is harder for critics to swiftly deconstruct. 2. Corporate sales and psychological pricing. Retailers like Walmart strategically create loss leader promotions, often timed for the holidays, to drive store traffic and achieve high-volume sales. Hitting a psychological price point like under $40 is a powerful marketing tool. Reducing the number of items or swapping in store brand or bulk items is a necessary tactical move for the retailer to meet these aggressive price targets while protecting profit margins on other items sold during the holiday rush. 3. Exploitation of consumer information gaps. Most consumers lack the time or resources to conduct a comprehensive item-by-item price comparison against the previous year's obscure promotional bundle. This information asymmetry allows both the retailer and the political actors to control the narrative, focusing public attention solely on the final low price. Consequences. 1. Erosion of consumer confidence. When consumers eventually realize the deal involved missing or cheaper components, it fosters confusion, information overload, and distrust, not only toward the specific retailer, but toward market reporting and political statements regarding inflation generally. This undermines the public's confidence in economic indicators. 2. Masking true inflation. The political touting of a single, selectively curated promotional price obscures the actual trajectory of grocery costs. The true measure of affordability, which must account for the consistent basket of goods, like the rising cost of turkey per pound, is deliberately sidelined, making it difficult for consumers and policymakers to assess underlying economic stress accurately. 3. Political polarization of facts. Economic data, which should ideally be objective, becomes increasingly politicized. Retail promotions are used as evidence to validate one party's economic success, while minimizing the counter-evidence of true price increases, deepening partisan divides over the state of the economy. Prediction and solutions. The practice of selective price reporting and politically driven affordability narratives is highly likely to intensify. Given that everyday costs have become the central focus of modern elections, both retailers and politicians will continue to utilize highly visible, high-impact price promotions, further relying on item cutting and ingredient substitutions to meet critical price thresholds. Shrinkflation and item reduction within promotional bundles will become a sophisticated, expected tactic for maintaining the illusion of falling prices in high-profile consumption categories. To safeguard consumer welfare and restore integrity to price communication, a multi-pronged approach is necessary. 1. Enhanced regulatory transparency. Government consumer protection agencies should require that any comparative price claim involving a bundled product must include a mandatory itemized comparison disclosure. This disclosure would explicitly list all item changes, substitutions, brand differences, and the change in price per unit for key components, like price per pound for turkey. 2. Technological empowerment for consumers. The private sector needs to develop and promote simple, effective price verification tools. While specialized web scraping services exist for businesses, consumer-facing apps or browser extensions could aggregate and track prices of staple items across different years and retailers. This would allow consumers to bypass the political noise and generate their own true cost of Thanksgiving basket. Media and economic literacy. Journalists and independent economists must commit to providing immediate, in-depth breakdowns of promotional bundles, shifting the public conversation from the headline price to the value delivered. Focusing on the change in price for a fixed, standardized basket of goods, like a standard American Farm Bureau Thanksgiving basket, remains the most reliable anchor for measuring inflation. This educational effort is crucial for arming the public against sophisticated, misleading economic claims. By prioritizing transparency and arming consumers with comparable data, the detrimental effects of selective price reporting on confidence and economic understanding can be mitigated.